go jam them, ram them, north, south, east, west.
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
This is the best rice of me life.
Oh,
Best rice of me life.
You know,
Best
talking
rice of me
about
life.
I had some rice at cricket. Mwah.
Just
I'm
rice?
serious.
You
No, I
Chinese?
had a meal. I had a meal, right? But the rice, I'm like, no, it wasn't basmati.
You back
It was
from
regular.
the mic, doc.
It was regular rice, but basmati and jasmine rice, nice, right? But the rice that I had, I don't know if it was like a fried thing or if I was really hungry. But in the middle of eating, I was like, this rice is really well seasoned. This is some good rice.
That's what happens when you pay your caterers.
I'm back. Says the rice.
Welcome back to Vincent and the Grenadines. The time is 8:47. You're listening to Activated Morning. In case you're just joining us, this is Ari, with me is Christal, and we have Doc Thompson. And apparently, the supermarkets are worried that rice supplies may run out. Now, according to the Searchlight newspaper, another story by El Dante, Morning El Dante,
Sorry.
supermarkets are now limited to purchasing only a few hundred sacks of rice from ECGC Rice Mill as a result of an apparent scarcity of the commodity on the local market. Consumers, too, are also now being limited to purchasing £5 per person as the outlets seek to prevent hoarding, employees have said. Supermarket operators around Kingstown, checked by Searchlight, have said they are increasingly worried about their rice supply. Their rice supply might run out by week's end. Guyana is the largest supplier of rice to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but there seems to have been some issues with Guyana supply. Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gonsalves on radio earlier this month said he may look to Brazil to fill the gap as there are production challenges and damaged supplies from Guyana. The Prime Minister said that he sent a letter to the President of Guyana, Dr. Irfan Ali, seeking assistance in this matter. A Demerara online news article, however, quoted Guyana's Minister of Agriculture, Zulfilka Mustafa, Lord of mercy,
Wow.
Lord. I can't be Indian, you know. But as saying there is no shortage of Guyana rice in SVG. Interesting. He was reacting to the Prime Minister claims that there is a shortage of that grain from Guyana due to transportation issues and reported fungus. While Dr. Gonzalez has flagged the likelihood of St. Vincent and the Grenadines turning to Brazil for rice, Mustafa said he and officials of the Guyana Rice Development Board, the GRDB, recently held discussions with the Minister of Agriculture, Sabato Caesar, importers and suppliers from Guyana, who all concluded that there was sufficient Guyanese rice in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. There's no shortage. There was probably a miscommunication. We agree that there is no shortage of rice from Guyana, the Guyana Agriculture Minister told Demerara Waves Online. Guyana is once again the largest supplier of rice to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, followed by Brazil, then Canada and the United States, as well as Turkey. Local rice imports, oh Lord, have mercy. From the...
You want some rice?
I need some tea. I need something, boy. Anyways.
Some rice.
I need some rice. From the South American country, total US $2.93 million in 2022. In 2023, Guyana exported rice valued at US $1.93 million to SVG, as reports by the United Nations Comtrade database, which monitors imports and exports. This represents a decrease of 34% from the previous year. In a 2-year project, 2019 to 2022, to address issues to rice production in Guyana, The Islamic Development Bank, in an overview, had listed limited rice varieties, severe infestation of weeds, pests, and diseases, and inadequate coordination among the challenges that the rice industry in Guyana was facing. Thoughts?
Something wrong.
Yes, I was trying to get a lead on this story. To be truthful, I've spoken to Mr. C's this morning as he was boarding a plane, and I didn't get the full specs on this issue. I didn't get a comment on this particular case. I wanted to, in the lead up to this, to really put this thing clear, because these things are dynamic in terms of food security. Any potential threat of shortage could then lead to hoarding and accelerates that particular shortage. And then this whole matter could be resolved. And then there could be shipments and so forth, whether from Guyana or from Brazil. I think there are two things that concern me, Ari. That Islamic Bank assessment report that is speaking about the quality of rice. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, ECGC, owns a rice plant in Guyana. But rice is an export. I imagine there's a rice board that deals with how rice is exported. You know what I mean? And so it isn't that the company itself is. So St. Vincent has a stake in this. You know, they own a rice mill in Guyana. I think up until this point, and they still do. You're never sure if there's a sale or whatever the case, but I think they still own it. So there's a vested interest. But whether or not the discussion or any initial outreach to Brazil was as a precaution in case there is a shortage, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? As a just in case. And maybe in the process, that rice will sufficient amount of rice will be here. And so if they're saying there's no real shortage, but there's a perceived shortage, well, that's something that has to be resolved. So supermarkets and so maybe saying, look, there's a shortage, and the reaction of the flour mill, the rice mill, is that we basically could only get this amount, and there's, that sort of thing. That's one thing. But within a matter of a week or two, you may then find, there's no longer a problem. We got in a shipment, or there's inadequate supply, and so as they say.
Right. Something did go wrong at some point. I'm not sure exactly what. But when I went to the supermarkets, there was only brown rice on the shelves. Brown rice.
Christal, I gotta stop you here. Brown rice is better than white rice.
I know that.
You were saying that, you had some rice over the weekend.
It was white rice too.
Eh?
It was white rice.
It was white rice.
It was just well seasoned, you know.
Brown rice is healthier than white rice. It has fiber, increased fiber to it. I'm sorry I got to put on a medical hat, but this is so important. But guess what? The brown rice is more expensive than the white rice.
Yeah, that's why
Why is that so? If brown rice, you have to take off the outer coat, polish it, bruise it up, and so forth. Those extra processes. Why is brown rice more expensive than white rice? It should be cheaper.
I then
think that people be scrambling that brown rice off the shelves. When you say there was only brown rice, sorry, I'm getting the impression, there was brown rice.
I was like, ew, brother, ew. No, I would eat brown rice, right? I don't mind. But economically speaking, it's a better choice for me to buy white rice because my household majority would eat white rice. Yeah, but why am I buying two things?
Part of the reason is that brown rice is more expensive. So on an economic point of view, people would buy rice. And I call on ECGC.
And it's habit too, right? It's habit. No, white rice. You're accustomed to white rice, just buy that.
It's a bad habit. I mean, drinking liquor. Why are we drinking so much liquor and so forth? Is that a good thing, Ari?
So you're saying leave the white rice?
Leave the liquor. Leave the liquor.
Leave the white rice.
Leave the white rice.
Leave the white rice.
Let me tell you something. the Ministry of Health has been saying so all the time. Not so much leave the white rice.
The
but
white stuff.
don't take so much of it. You could say it's our national dish. You know what I mean?
Right
You know what I'm
next
saying?
to fried chicken.
And it's our true national dish. A ponga rice
you offend
and a
KFC
ponga
this
chicken.
morning.
I never said anything about KFC.
No.
Oh!
Doc is saying that's the national dish and KFC right there. Like,
A
don't you
ponga
see
rice.
No.
I see
Let me tell you something. For the average guy,
Never mentioned that.
listen, when you come to town, you might go there and so forth. But in people's backyard, the guys them on the block cooking and all them kind of things. Some rice.
It's a lot of rice. We
It's a-
consume a
yeah.
lot of rice. We consume a lot of bread.
Boy,
Not only that, too,
the
right?
diabetes and the NCDs. I'm sorry to
Which
bring that.
reminds me, I remember when I was not me as a patient, when I was at the hospital, this was an issue with some diabetic patients. They were serving a lot of rice, a lot of white rice. And the patients couldn't understand because they're supposed to know better, right? But anyways, that's a side note. But I was getting to the point of it's been happening for a while. No white rice on the shelves. So when I inquired, they told me that it was at least a week prior that there was no rice on the shelves. But I saw some the other day. So I'm like, hey, it's back, and I bought. I'm like, because that's
And
what
you
I
bought
consume.
more, but did you buy more?
I
than
bought
you needed
my
to?
regular. I bought my regular. If I don't get rice, there's pasta, there's
You know,
breadfruit,
I had
there's
a-
ground provision.
I had a rice substitution and I can't remember what it was.
Quinoa.
Is it quinoa?
Quinoa is very expensive.
All those things can be a little
They have
expensive.
Yes,
stuff
it
are-
is that.
but-
It is
but
that.
sure.
Thank you very much.
I
Yeah, you're
call
welcome.
on ECGC. Why is brown rice more expensive than white rice? Let us have a
Value.
reversal. The same price or cheaper for brown rice so that people can change their habit. So the guys who cooking at night and all that kind of thing and so forth, they would prefer some brown rice because it's cheaper.
So we had two comments here. Someone said both rice is unhealthy and healthy food is always expensive. Yes, it's always more expensive than unhealthy food. A salad is twice the price of a burger. And someone else says, I understand that the rice in the Pong's bag and the one in the package is the same. It's just a matter of marketing.
I think he's speaking about
the
something
rice-
different.
No. Oh, yeah, he's talking about the rice in the packet and the rice in the packet. No, that ain't quite true. There's broken rice. There's long grain rice.
Mhm.
There are different
Parboiled
packages.
and so
Yeah,
on, yeah.
and ECGC has some good products. Even in the white rice, but
Easy, babe.
and the quality and so forth in terms of its stickability. Some rice you cook and it comes out like pudding, stick together when you scoop it out.
Boy, I
It
hate
isn't
that.
falling off. Well, maybe that's me cooking.
And I'll cook good.
Maybe it's me cooking.
The rice
No,
not
I
cooked
think
good.
I think what we need to do is just pay attention in the upcoming weeks because
Yes.
there has been a shortage or something did go wrong because there was a point where a lot of people were worried about not being able to buy rice. They're not seeing rice on the shelf like Christal was saying, and no, we're hearing one side saying they're worried, the other side saying, "Oh, you don't have to go to Brazil." Maybe there's a miscommunication here. So.
Yeah.
Something is off there. That's why I said I'm a bit
But I think
confused,
something is
but-
wrong because I tried getting a comment from someone at ECGC and they're like, well, they're not clear to say anything about it. I was like,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Well, even if
Interesting.
it's not like with any ill message behind, it might be hard to get
Yeah.
a statement.
Yeah.
Mm.
They
From
want
certain
to send out an
companies.
official statement
Yeah.
rather than somebody commenting and be misconstrued
Yeah,
one way or the
yeah.
other.
But if there's misinformation out there, you need to get it
What they want
started as soon as
in
possible.
due course. That's how they do it. In due course.
Yeah, they gotta
officially.
put their ducks in order and
Right?
so on.
I understand. Ari, I want to bring up one matter on this rice too.
We got a minute.
There's a disease called Dutch disease. I don't know if
Mhm.
anybody heard of it before.
No.
Like
It's
a Dutch
where a country goes through industrialization that agriculture suffers. It's called Dutch disease. And many countries have gone through this,
Mhm.
whereby they get into oil.
Mm.
And Guyana is now the economy, they've on highest growth rates and so in the region.
So they're not eating?
No. The people, the amount of agricultural production in Guyana could start to fall as people shift to the oil economy. So implement another episode of Dutch disease. And around the world, many
Why
countries.
Dutch? Because it
they-
happened.
Well, it happened out of Holland and in a lot of Dutch colonies when Holland was a big global player and so forth in various places. The production of agriculture, as industrialization increases, and you have factories and so forth, people move from agriculture into industry, into cities, stop planting, stop growing agriculture, and the production, have a net import type of economy. It's called Dutch disease. I don't want to throw that out.
All right.
Guyana has to be very careful about this. And if there has been underlying issues of disease and lack of coordination of the rice industry, they should be very, very careful and double check and really ratchet up this thing so as not ensure that the rice production doesn't decline.
Could I offer an alternate opinion really quickly?
Yeah.
That's probably not popular. It might be a good thing. Maybe it could be the start of people actually turning back to like ground provision, which are the foods that we used to eat. Well, yeah, the older generation would eat growing up, and they didn't die because of malnutrition or anything. But maybe it might be a good thing for us to turn back.
The point is that caller who said brown rice, white rice, the same thing. I want to totally disagree with that.
No, they didn't say it's the same thing. It's the packaging.
And they said two statements. They talked about the packaging, but
no, one person said that both rice is unhealthy and healthy food is
right.
Yeah.
And I want to disagree with that, because the fiber associated with the brown rice is good. It's great.
Okay.
And it has significant impact on the digestive system in helping to prevent diabetes and aiding in sugar production. And I want that person who texted to double check that. They could always get back and challenge me on that particular subject. But I didn't want that to go out, Harry. As a
professional,
I can't let one go through.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Doc. It is 9:02, however, so we have to end here and we'll be back at 9:20 for more activated mornings this morning.